Hey everybody, M&P replica CO2 BB pellet. Let's look at it over at my bench over here. Yeah, this is a CO2 style pellet rifle. This works off these CO2 canisters you get. I got this for about $4 for the 5 of these. Now that's down to 3 in here because I've already used that much. This looks, from what I know, this looks and feels almost exactly like the Smith & Wesson M&P. You see, it's supposed to replicate the 40. It's really good. I like shooting it. The little bit I have shot, considering I can't actually have pistols, and it shoots these 6mm pellets, they call them. But from what I know, this looks and feels exactly like an M&P. The only exception, of course, is... Man, I didn't bring my pointer. The only exception is, of course, the orange barrel, the orange tip of the barrel, which pellet guns have to have to show that, legally have to, so that anybody knows they're a pellet gun and not a real gun. And the other thing about this, one thing I don't quite like about it is the slide doesn't lock back, because the CO2 canister is actually held inside the magazine. You load up the pellets here, or the BBs here, and you stick the CO2 canister in here and lock it in place. And that's how this puppy works. Now, the one thing I will say bad about this is the safety on this side. Now, M&Ps do not have safeties, but if any firearm has a safety, it's supposed to be on the side, the side of the shooter's thumb, so we can just flip it off. No, so you can switch it off. Anyways, this is on the wrong side of the gun, so that when the safety is engaged, you have to twist the gun over and then get it off. But other than that, got a rail right here. It has a takedown lever and the slide release, even though you can't take this apart and the slide doesn't release. Feels great. The dovetail keeps your hand from getting caught up, even though mine doesn't even come close to the slide. And this just feels natural to shoot. Like, I've held Glocks and other handguns before. I shot some pellet guns, and you could tell it's blocky. You could tell you're holding a gun, but this just almost fits in there. I like the double stack feel. It just shoots great. Of course, you can see the 3-dot sights. Triple dot sights. Okay, but anyways, the triple dot sights will help out a lot. Of course, no metal here, because I don't think the only metal in here is the canister and all that. So let's load up and take some more shots with it. Loading it is simple, just they'll go in. Just pull the spring down, load them in. And usually you're supposed to do some rambling on like Hickok does here, but I can't really think of anything. Alright, load up like that. Stick it in, and go have some more fun. Take my pointer with me. You can see there's some more shots down here from what we've shot down here some other times. Let me see if I can get a double tap on that tin can down there. Awesome. You can see airsoft isn't that accurate. Of course, I'm what, 20 feet from it here? Something like that.
About 15, 20, yeah.
That's a sign that you're out. So as you can see, this works great. It was about, I got it for like 40 or 30 bucks. Of course, you're gonna pay more for the CO2, but if you're looking to, if you want to give your kids something to shoot around the house, if you want to give your kids something to shoot to help them learn muzzle discipline, different stuff like that, but don't want to give them something that actually goes boom, this is good. This would be a good training thing. But of course this would be good to teach them, because you're limited by range, power, and all that other different stuff. Teach them how to keep their finger off the trigger until they want to shoot the target. Maybe if you want to teach them to keep the safety on until you shoot it. I don't like safety, so I'm going to keep this one off. So, also, of course, don't flag anybody with the barrel like I just did there. you want to teach them all that kind of stuff without giving them something that can seriously hurt somebody, I'd advise something like this. It's fine. There's no recoil at all. Oh, of course, the only bad thing is the trigger on this. Come over this side so you can try seeing the trigger on this. Try keeping my. Okay. Let's do it, Corey and Erica style. See that? And then it. See, you hear it click, but it's not. Hasn't reached it yet. That's it all the way out. I think it just double fed. Anyways. Either it's the range I'm shooting at or shooting left. That's the sign that it's out. So you can see that trigger is really long and heavy and resets all the way back at the front, but that might be standard for airsoft. I don't know. I haven't been in this field that long. As you know, the last pellet gun I had was that rifle of mine that the gas cylinder, the pressure tube decided to goof up on me, decide when it wants to work and when it doesn't and all that stuff. But I hope this one lasts me a long time. I love the fact that the canister is held inside the magazine here. Or the air canister is held inside the magazine here instead of up in the slide somewhere. Most pellet guns I've seen that were CO2 only had like 5-shot capability or something like that. I like the fact that this one has 15 rounds. Now I don't know if those of you who know more than I do, look into it and see if the M&P 40 does hold 15 or 17 rounds. I might be thinking of the 9mm that holds 17, but as far as I know, great look and feel to this pellet gun. And I can't wait to own one of these that actually goes boom. I mean, if it feels good just shooting this pellet gun, what would it feel like to shoot one that actually booms? That would be awesome. Well, I'll do a safety check for you, but seeing, okay, is that good enough? You see inside there. So, I'll remind you to walk a Christian walk and carry a loaded Glock. Or one of these. Choice is yours.